All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode.
Yo, what's up?
Let's go. We back.
We back, man. You know who it is, man. Zay, Mark, Mike,
What's up?
J Mac. We are three bros and a mic.
Let's go, yeah.
And today we are being sponsored by, fellas.
Wilford Reserve.
Wilford Reserve, man.
Take a drink with us.
So
man.
smooth.
All right, take
So
a drink
smooth.
with us.
So smooth. Let's go.
That's smooth, man.
That's good stuff right there, man. Dang, it hit it too hard down there, right? Hit it too hard, man.
After he said it was so smooth.
Right, yeah, that was perfect timing. Man.
It's so smooth it make you want to cough. You know? Hey, man. So this is part 2, man. I think people wanted it, and we wanted it. So we coming back with Ghosting Part 2.
Oh my God.
Hey, the first, if you have not seen the first episode, man, go
Yeah, go
back.
ahead and check that out,
Check
man.
that out,
Yeah, that was a
man.
good one. That was a goodie. That was a goodie.
And,
was hot.
and we can't say enough, man. Thank you to everybody who participated.
Appreciate y'all the
Right.
feedback, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Let's
Yeah,
keep it going.
Keep
Appreciate
it going,
y'all.
man. And look,
Keep that energy
continue to comment, man. Hopefully we can get some guests on here, man.
Oh,
Y'all,
yeah, it's coming soon. Ain't
Yeah.
no hope. It's
Oh,
coming
okay,
soon.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Y'all tune. Y'all look. Y'all keep following, keep liking, subscribing. Y'all look.
yeah, man. So
It's
It's
on
coming.
the way. It's on
we
the way.
gonna keep this thing going, man. So we got some more comments about ghosting, man. It's a hot topic.
Before you go in,
Yeah,
Jimmy,
let's go.
I want to say this. I want to just be on record saying this. Like from the last episode to now, I will say I have taken on a different perspective on.
There we go.
Not for you know what I'm
Growth.
saying. I have taken on a different perspective on the I don't owe you anything angle.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
It's all about growth, man.
You know,
Yeah.
so I thought about it and sat back, listened back to the episode,
Pondered on it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like the whole I don't owe you something. You know, I definitely took it. So I want to be on record stating that like I definitely have a different angle or perspective on like people that feel like they don't owe a person some they don't owe a person an explanation as it relates to ghosting. So I just wanted to kind of be on record saying that.
Look at there, man. Look at there,
There you go.
man.
Look.
man.
Y'all helping
Growth,
change his man heart, man.
Right,
Appreciate
growth
it.
right there, man. Some self-reflection right there.
Y'all see what this podcast is doing, man?
Right.
We changing lives
Right.
and perspectives.
Well, it was that at the end of the last episode. It was that young lady. Her last response was what kind of did it for me. So shout out to her. Shout out to everybody that participated. But I'm ready to get in, man.
Right.
Let's do it, man. So we got our first male perspective outside of
Been
us,
waiting
of
on
course.
this.
Yeah, so this young man says here, he says, he texted, he said, I have ghosted some females before, and I also have been ghosted myself.
Okay.
I feel it is necessary for your sanity and peace of mind at times with no explanation needed. Because more than likely that person knows why you are ghosting them.
Oh.
The better alternative is just letting whoever that person know how you and why you feel like you need to let them go. There is a time or two where I felt bad, but I am a person who doesn't care for confrontation or drama, so ghosting was the best option.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. We talk about avoiding confrontation. We're talking about people who like keeping mellow.
Right.
That's one right there.
Right.
I mean, that says it all.
Self-preservation at the end of the day.
I like what he said, I feel it's necessary for your sanity and your peace of mind. When you get to that point where it's affecting your sanity,
Right.
and your peace
mental
of
health.
mind,
Right. Yeah. You definitely need to let that situation go.
at times with no explanation either. So that goes back to what you talked about, Big Mike, about not owing them anything. It's like no explanation needed, man. With my peace of mind, like the situation.
Right.
You know why I'm ghosting you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's real.
I can't think of
Right.
honestly, like I said, I've been ghosted before, and I've ghosted someone before, and I think in both cases, man, the other party knew what was up.
See that? And I think that's a perspective we haven't reflect on yet. Like actually talking about the other person knowing why they're getting ghosted. So that's a good point to bring up. I mean,
Right.
a lot of times we have awareness, right? We know that we did something crazy. Other person did something off the wall. They should expect their result. I mean,
So that's good. I think that we get into the evolution part now that we in part 2. Now we going from surface level, like we might have met at the gas station, we might have exchanged DMs or whatever situation, now to be in a full on situationship or whatever situation may be, and we both understanding our feelings, and then I'm getting a bad vibe, and I'm just gonna cut it off because it's affecting me personally.
Right.
So now we evolve into another level of ghosting, I think, in this episode.
Yeah, like I think that I don't think I've ever heard it from a guy's perspective about protecting their peace. You know, because normally, you know, as they say, you know, guys think with other things instead of their head.
Right.
That's it. Hey,
So-
look, y'all refer back to our last episode. You can't hold all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's-
Definitely.
I mean, that's real.
You can't hold all that, man. So shout out to that
Right.
young man for chiming in, not being afraid to chime in.
Yeah.
Any other comments about it?
I mean, how do y'all feel about
Yeah.
that? I mean, what you think, Mike?
You know what? I was thinking back to it, so not particularly to that comment, but I was thinking about the last episode, and you know how most of the viewers or the people that had comments, they had mentioned that you know, I don't owe you an explanation, but it would be, you know, out of respect, you know, it would be
Right.
respectful if I did. So it makes me think, like, you know, if we were to reverse engineer that, if you not owing me anything is not it's not an obligation for you, but it would be something out of respect. So it's the, I guess, the contrarian thought that it's disrespectful if they don't.
Okay.
Okay, I see.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah, I
Where
see
you're
what
going.
you-
I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
So
what-
it's like, I mean, so I don't know. It's like, well, I'm choosing to not give you an explanation because I don't owe that to you. But if I do it, you know, I'm doing it out of respect. So it's like, well, where's the, I don't know. I guess what I'm pointing at is the whole accountability thing.
it sounds like I'm doing you a favor.
yeah,
Right.
ultimately,
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
basically.
to talk about that, like what a comment from our listener just said, are we doing that out of respect and for peace of mind for the other person or for you? You know, like
Yeah.
Can you do it for
Right,
both?
right,
Is it
right.
possible to do it for both?
and is
Yeah,
it possible for both?
Right, yeah.
right.
Because a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, in the situation I've dealt with, they've been like, well, you could have kept that to yourself. Is that what you was going to tell me? You might well just hadn't even said nothing,
Yeah,
man. So,
how many times you heard that?
Right,
one?
yeah. So some people, I guess, prefer to be ghosted than hear, like, yo, this not working. I'm
That's an
moving
interesting
on.
perspective,
So, I
yeah.
mean, you got to, you know, I guess you know, everybody's different, man. It's just
Right.
like
Judge the
us four,
situation.
right? Yeah, man. So some people might appreciate you telling them like, "Yo, this ain't working." Whoop, whoop, whoop. Some people might feel offended, like, "Bro, you could have kept all that if that's what you was gonna say."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I've been in that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people don't appreciate that respect you're trying to show them.
right.
But
You know,
even when
right.
you try to be a grown up about it, you know, they
Right.
tell you like, man, keep that to yourself.
Right, facts.
So how y'all, I guess, in that situation, what would you prefer? Would you prefer somebody to be upfront? Would you prefer to
Yeah.
like not know the truth? Would you prefer
Yeah.
like
I would
You
prefer
know.
like I think it was Mark, the young lady that Mark gave us, you know, kicked us with. I'd rather somebody be upfront with me and just let me know where I stand, man, and just I can move accordingly from there, you know, instead of just leaving me hanging, leaving me
Same.
in suspense. So,
same? Yeah, not 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kudos, same thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Nothing to it.
Mm.
Okay, well, now that we'll move on from there, man. Now I have a young lady's perspective. Another young lady's perspective, and she says here, so I have ghosted someone. I don't think it was necessary to do, but I just didn't want to have the awkward conversation of telling him I was not
Accountability.
Right.
Accountability.
Right.
Right.
And we only went on one date.
Ooh.
So I did not think it honestly mattered because a lot of time and feelings were not put into that person.
Right.
I honestly did not think twice about doing it, but I feel like if I spent more time with this person, I would give them more respect of telling them what was going on. I don't think it takes too much energy when it comes to ghosting. I think this generation and in this dating culture, it's very easy to just block the person on everything and just move on.
So this is what I want to ask. I guess this is my thing. I guess if these people that say they don't owe them anything or whatever situation may be, if this particular person calls them, will they give them, okay, like this is what's going on. I'm just gonna be open and 100% with you. I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
You know, if the person reaches out, like me, I'm the type person like I'm gonna call, be like, yo, are you good? Is everything good? And it might not even be it's no pressure on it, but
Right.
I will hope that person will let me know in that conversation, like, yo, this just not for me.
Bro,
We better
all I
off.
was
Right.
saying
That's
in the
all
last
I would.
episode. That's all I was saying. Like,
Right,
at the very
yeah.
least, at the very minimum, just like common courtesy and
Right.
respect. Just, you know, give me just
I
a
understand.
one-liner. You
Right.
know?
And nothing is old. Nothing
Nothing is old,
Three
just-
bros in the mic don't say anything is old.
Yeah.
But just like the common decency, like
Right.
if I call you, be like, yo, is everything good?
Straight
I'm
up.
just trying to make sure you okay. In that
Right.
conversation, just let me know, like, look, I appreciate you, but this is not working for me. and then we just go our separate
Straight
ways.
up.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Easier said than done, apparently.
That's it. Or like how many times you heard, look, it's not you, it's me.
Exactly.
I mean,
I'd even take
that's-
that.
that's
the
like the
worst
easiest
line
cop out ever,
but
right? You know
I'll
what I'm
take
saying?
that.
I'll take it.
Right.
I won't
'cause,
take it.
you know,
Nah.
It's a
Right.
cop out to me.
facts.
At least
It
you said
definitely
something,
is
though,
the
right?
number one
Yeah,
cop
it's a
out
cop
right
out.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
number one.
Hey,
but-
one cop
That's
out,
worse than
sure.
ghosting.
That's original.
That's worse than
original
ghosting.
ghost.
That's worse than
No,
Yeah, that's
because you let me know where I stand.
That's the
I
father
don't. I
of
don't
ghosting.
have anywhere in your life. You let me know that.
Exactly.
So
You let me know you're moving on.
Right.
It's instead of me thinking what's going on.
I have nowhere in your life.
facts. I don't fit anywhere into your life.
Oh,
you know, so
my
That's-
facts.
you know
Instead of leaving me wondering, you know.
Right.
That's legit like the father of ghosting, man. I mean, I think in our day that's really what
Yeah,
it was.
it's not you.
It's not
me.
you, it's me.
Wow.
And everything ceases after that.
Yeah.
Everything
And-
stops.
Yeah. Facts.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm with the going back to the gentleman's comment, man. I try to avoid confrontations, but yes, I know and I hear you guys. Like, be straight up with them.
Right.
But I guess you can think about how it can affect you, how it's affected you in your past when you try to confront someone, and you know how easily we think back on previous experiences and like, man, last time I tried to confront somebody, it went left.
Right.
But then again, that's not fair to your present situation
No doubt.
because they may not respond that way. But you can't rule out the fact that the other times that you've tried to confront someone and be respectful,
Right.
it's turned out wrong. So what do? You revert to what you know,
Yeah.
and you avoid confrontation, what you believe could be a confrontation. But then when you find out, 9 times out of 10, the lady or the young man will say, "He wasn't even gonna be no confrontation, bro."
And I appreciate you for giving me at least
Yeah.
that decency to say, okay, this is not working for me. Give me the
Yeah.
opportunity.
You know what? We say that though, but
That ain't the
I'm
reality,
with you. I'm
Mike.
with you.
That ain't the reality, man.
Yeah,
I mean, each situation is different, man. Each situation is unique. You got to know who you're dealing with.
You
at the
gotta
end
know
of
who
the
you're
day.
dealing with.
And, you know, you
gotta
move
know who
accordingly
you're
from that. You know.
Right. If you know you're dealing with somebody crazy, then
Yeah,
then
and that's gonna
ghost
set
you know
them
what I'm
off
saying?
right there, and then your car alarm going off at 3:00 in the morning.
Right.
You know.
See, that's why. That's why I think. That's why I think that young man is coming from. It's like,
Yeah.
yo, I was with a shorty. I don't know if he said this or not, but I was with a shorty, man, and she showed me signs of craziness.
Right. Yeah.
So I just avoided confrontation. Like,
That's it.
I ain't gonna.
J man, you just trying to go teach the children and get them right, and then you four flats. You know, come on, man.
Hey, look.
Yeah, what we doing, man?
I've seen it working. You know, I used to work at Turner Field. You know, shout out when Turner Field used to be Turner Field, man. And some of my workers, man, they were in relationships, and you know, they had their little. Men and women were both doing it. Women had their little sneaky links coming, and the guys had theirs too. And the next thing you know, we walking back to our employee parking lot,
Right.
and old girl keying that man car.
Yeah,
Ooh, y'all saw it?
We saw it
and heard it
Yeah.
probably.
A Nissan Altima, yes
Dang,
sir.
bro.
It was black.
Ooh,
And she took that key and went right down the whole driver's side.
wow.
Bro. I was like,
Wow.
bro,
See?
when he gonna know who it is, bro.
Right, facts.
And she got right in her car like nothing.
Like nothing
Drove
happened
off.
and drove off.
And look, she drove right past us, and we saw
Right,
it.
it made eye
And
contact with
she
y'all
was like,
probably.
And what?
It looked
say
at y'all
something.
in y'all face.
So what did we do? We sat there waiting for.
what do you do?
What happened? What happened?
Yo, we gotta use that.
What happened, man?
Bro,
What's going on down there?
Hold on.
when he was going through the story, I
Me and Zay missed it, man.
was about to say something. Went down the wrong hole, bro.
Go ahead, Mark.
Pause,
Go
man.
ahead, Mark.
Pause, man. Pause.
Bro, we you know when you see drama unfolding in front of you, you don't want to leave. So I literally
World Star.
What up, Kobe? World Star, right? I think this was happening before World Star was popular, man. We literally we all sat by our cars.
Right.
Like, yo, we waiting on boy to come back. We want to see what's about to happen. Old girl is gone, and he got to the car, and I kid you not,
What was his face like, bro?
it was pitch black.
Right.
Oh, okay.
You know, you have that one light in
Yeah,
the whole
this
parking lot.
shining.
Right.
So
Shining on his
I
car.
mean, you can't really see it. But when I tell you, the guys didn't say nothing. The girls were the one. Like, yo, wait.
Of course they
look
gonna
at your
hype
car,
it.
look at
Time
your
it was.
car,
Of course
look
they
at your
gonna
car.
hype it. They gonna hype it
You
to
already
the
knew what
max.
time it was.
And he got out and he went ballistic. I'm just gonna say that. He went ballistic.
Right.
And he was like, he didn't even ask. He knew. But the girl's
Yeah,
like,
right.
do you know who? Man, hell yeah, I know who did it.
Right.
And then he just got in his car. He sped off. Like,
Right.
I don't know what happened after that. But
What was that, Mark? Was that next Friday? Y'all just sat there and let her do it, huh? Y'all
Oh,
just
yeah.
watched these. Now I'm pissed.
Yeah.
'Cause y'all just sat there and let her do it, man.
Yeah, man. So thank y'all for the comments, man.
Yeah, man. Not to make it light of anybody's situation, but you know,
Oh.
it's not funny.
All right,
Not
man.
funny.
Y'all ready
It's
for
not
another
funny.
one?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
And here we go. So this is from another young lady. She says, so in my younger years, I have ghosted before, but in my experience, it was for safety reasons.
Gotcha.
That's a different perspective here, fellas.
Okay.
There would be times when I would either be alone or with friends at a club or in a social environment, and a guy would hit on me. Sometimes we hit it off. Sometimes I was not interested. But depending on the location and who I'm with, I'll be forced to play nice if the guy seems to be aggressive.
Forced to play nice. Okay.
So she gave an example.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
She said
Okay.
she was forced to play nice.
Put a pin in there because I got a scenario.
There's
too,
an
though.
example for that. Too.
Right.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead.
Because I've heard from different women and stuff like that that some guys will sit there and be like, okay, you gave me your number, I'm gonna call it right there in front of you. So they're afraid to not give them their number in fear of the retaliation of what may happen.
Yeah.
So I've definitely heard that scenario before.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you stand right here. I'm about to call your number right now. So now you put me in a predicament because
Safety.
right, yeah, I'm afraid, literally afraid. If I don't give you my number, what are you gonna do to me?
Right.
And that's what I remember the last episode for those who watched it when I said, I knew guys at Morehouse who would literally and purposely give the wrong number to the
Right.
females and hope to see if they were really interested, they would come back to them.
Come back.
Right.
Yeah.
So in this case, this is a whole nother situation here.
Right. That's the opposite.
Right.
Total opposite, man. So
Guys out there, hey, stop being weirdos, man. That's weird stuff.
facts, man.
Definitely.
Nothing cool about that,
Yeah,
man.
facts,
That's,
And-
man.
and-
Yeah,
and-
we
and
don't
if
condone
you
none of
want
that.
if you want a real woman, man, you can't be a weirdo.
like
Yeah,
that's
man.
weird
Yeah,
behavior, bro.
man.
That's weird.
Facts.
Cut it out.
Ain't nothing cool about it,
Cut
man.
it
None of
out.
that, man.
It ain't
So-
never that serious.
Right.
Yeah, nothing, man. So again, like this young lady says here, man. But depending on the situation who I'm with, I'll be forced to play nice if a guy seems to be aggressive. So her example is, I used to work at Macy's when I was a senior in high school, and a guy came up, hit on me, and would not take no for an answer. Go back to what Zay said. So I gave him a fake number.
Right.
A week or so later, he came back to where I worked.
Mm.
I did not recognize him, but he knew who I was, and he confronted me. Well, why did you give me a fake number? So I had to deal with that at a time when I was at work as a teenager and alone in a Macy's storefront. And after that, I actually never went back to that job.
Ooh.
Wow.
But
That's too
I
scary.
right. But I also learned that it's better to give someone who is aggressive what they want. Talk to them for a few days until I can ghost them later.
Ooh.
That's scary.
That's
So-
heavy right there, though.
So
Right,
that's
scary.
the other side of ghosting.
Right.
Now there have been times when I was younger that I was talking to someone and in a relationship and they blocked me on everything. It's a weird and confusing feeling.
Right.
There are many alternatives to someone ghosting. Just tell them you are not feeling them and leave it at that. But I've
Right.
been on both ends.
Wow. Yeah. The first end of that spectrum is very scary. You know what I'm saying? It's-
That's,
right. And I hate that she was even subjected to that type, you know what I'm saying, situation.
You
She
know,
said high school, bro. Right?
Yeah. So
like a senior.
Right.
Disgusting, man.
Right.
That's disgusting, man.
Right.
But then also you don't even know, like, I ain't gonna lie, man. These guys and these girls now, I don't know who is not in high school, who is in high school.
That's real too.
yeah, that's
Because
true.
dudes look like us and they like sophomores in high school. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
Yeah. Middle school.
Water is different, man.
Yeah,
But that's scary, man. That's on a whole nother level of you don't know what that mental is, man.
Right.
From that guy. And then the fact that she couldn't even go back to her job, trying to make a
Yeah.
living, build her
in
her
fear of
career.
what he's gonna do or come
Right.
Right.
She said he came back
Right.
Yeah.
confronting her. That's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
And then you think about it like when you try to, I wonder if she ever went to somebody try to tell him, and they probably looked at her like, yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah.
And
You know?
imagine what that do for her,
Facts.
trying to set up her next, situation or her next
Exactly.
relationship or
Right.
whatever,
Right.
So it's a vicious cycle, but
Facts.
guys out there, cut that weirdo
Energy out, man.
Yeah,
That's
if,
weirdo
if
energy.
you could bleep this out, man, cut that weirdo shit out, man.
Right.
Like, it's
Nah, we gonna let it roll, man.
Right.
That's
Roll.
it. Hey,
Facts.
that
But look, but like, I
shit-
like
Speak your truth, man.
But what she said though, the other part was that I was talking to someone and in a relationship, and they blocked me on everything. I mean, rightfully so, But she said it was a weird and confusing feeling. Like you trying to have something going on with me, But you blocking me.
Wait, so is it Jimmy Mack? Were they in a relationship together, or was he in a relationship with somebody else?
It says now there have been times when I was younger that I was talking to someone and in a relationship.
Okay, so they're saying that she was in a relationship and she was talking to somebody else too.
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
And they blocked me on everything.
Okay, justifiable.
Right.
Homicide right there.
Right. And it's a weird, it's a weird and confusing feeling.
What's weird and confusing about that,
Right.
though?
I know.
Right.
Well, think about it. I mean, granted, you know how when you're younger you do dumb stuff.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, hey, I mean, it could be in a situation where I love the situation, I don't love the person,
Right.
Yeah.
and I'm kicking it with somebody else. Yeah. But that person, that side piece that you got blocking you from everything, like, nah, man, look.
Facts.
But
Yeah.
maybe he knows old boy.
Right.
It could be that.
Or
Right.
he getting killed by his homeboys, man. It'd be like, she's with him every day, all day,
I
playing
gotta
in
go
your
shit,
face,
bro. I gotta go
and
shit,
you
man.
still pursuing her. So
We had a one good time,
man. Yeah, I'm out of here,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that, man. Yo, side dude.
That's
Right.
all right, man. Hey, if y'all want to expand on this, man, I got another one for y'all.
Let's
man.
do it, man.
Another one.
running,
All
man.
right, man.
Yeah, man.
Here we go. So this one says, oh, man. Oh, woo. Okay. I don't know if y'all
Wow.
read. Yeah, okay.
Yo.
So this one says, I have thought about it. Speaking of ghosting, I have thought about it and done it several times. Was it necessary at the time?
So they thought about it and executed it.
Was it necessary at that time? One of them was.
Okay.
Because he would not stop calling. Another one, it was not. He was just so nice, and I did not want to tell him I found somebody else because I did not want to hurt him. There are better alternatives. Just let them know and be honest. I felt bad for both, but got over the first situation real quick. The other one I thought about for years. That nice guy one.
Right.
In the past, I was very hurt when I got ghosted, but now I wish them well, and I keep moving on.
Right.
She said, but I've ghosted guys before and thought nothing of it. Like, period, on to the next. But then guys started ghosting me, and I didn't like how it felt. And I was like, damn, is this karma trying to get at me? So now I believe it's better just to communicate that way so that no one's feelings get hurt. If I don't like you, I'm just going to say it.
That's growth.
And hopefully you are grown enough to understand.
Love it.
Oh, but here's the last part. Then there's the fact of ghosting in a relationship. A significant other ghosted me simply because I expressed my opinion, and he did not agree. A few days later, we talked and came to an agreement. I was hurt because I was like, you're not answering or responding back because of a simple comment. I felt like so much unnecessary time was wasted simply because we just did not want to talk to each other.
Right. Not to throw a wrench in this, man, but have y'all ever ghosted, what I'm saying? I'm speaking to my bros right now.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever ghosted somebody because it was just something that particular, was it they hygiene or they, you know what I'm saying, the way they burped in front, like it was just something, like I know I have, and it's shallow, you know what I'm saying, I've, relationships and in situations, and it was just something that, it was a little something, and somebody might think that's petty, and I've ghosted people off just like little stuff, man. Have y'all ever done that? Before we get back to
but again, I don't want to keep muddying the word ghost though, man. I don't
right.
know that that's
Have you
necessarily
ever just left somebody for something minute? Right. Yeah.
I can honestly say I haven't. I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think I have either.
Man.
Mark, what you got?
Some minute.
What somebody might consider minute. Like
Right,
she had an
there are
extra
different
long,
levels, there's
she
different
might have had an
levels,
extra long toe or something like that. He was like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this, man.
No, I can't think of anything like that, bro.
Right.
I can't.
Wow.
Mine's always been like it has substance to it.
Right, it's a little deeper than that, right?
fact.
It's a little deeper, yeah. But
I
no, I don't
mean,
think so.
Right. I mean, and then maybe when I do some self-reflection, like Mike was doing earlier in the episode, it might have just been something that I was just looking for out, and it could have just been anything.
It could
you
be
know?
Exactly.
It could,
Yeah,
That could be
so-
like
it.
subconscious, be
right,
like
yeah.
I'm here, but I'm not. So
Facts.
as soon as I find my exit, I'm good. I'm out.
Yeah. So
right.
Mike, that might be new in our time, in our period. For me, it might not have been ghosting. It was just I was looking for an out. I'm just looking for anything. It could be anything, man. You don't know how to parallel park. You know what?
Right.
I'm not dealing with this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of here, man.
Right.
Not parallel park. What?
So-
Any reason else.
Right, yeah. So I'm out of here. So.
But I think she brought up a good point. One of our listeners, man, was that like you said, growth. Like she literally saw where she felt like it was necessary to do it to somebody, and then another time where she had a good guy,
Right.
but she may have felt that she wasn't ready for him,
Right.
and tried to find her out.
Right.
Right.
And then later on, she wishes it affected her for years. Like, 'cause she probably went through other guys. And like, damn, I had one.
Right.
Like what the other lady
Right.
said. Like, you know what? They go out there thinking they got something else. You know, and she was probably, I would guess, you know, she probably was on his Facebook trying to check him out, see what he's up to.
Right.
And see, oh, he's single. Let me see, you know, I can find out where he gonna be at.
Right.
You know,
Facts.
but-
Just hit him up.
Yeah.
Slide
Or just hit him
slide
up.
him in his DMs.
Yeah, and I think you brought up a kind of a good point, bro. Sometimes it's not just, you know, he or she not ready for me. Sometimes you're not ready for them, right? Sometimes where you at in your life is not where you need to be from what they're giving you. Like,
Right.
maybe they may be up here. You're like, I'm still trying to have fun, baby.
Yeah,
I ain't
facts.
I ain't trying to sit down like
it
that
might be
hard.
something
You know,
simple as that, man.
Right,
You know what I'm
you
saying?
know,
You're just
so-
not ready to, you know, get to that level of, you know what I'm saying, or
Exactly.
whatever they trying to achieve. Right?
Exactly.
but sometimes your actions can misconstrue
yeah.
their thinking. Now, I'm
Right.
guilty. I'm guilty of that because
Yeah.
I'll do stuff for ladies, you know, in my previous years and be like, oh, I'm just, you know, it's just I'm not thinking much of it, but to them it meant the world to them.
Right.
Right.
And they're like, yo, he did this for me, and I'm like, oh, it was just, you know, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
just a
That was
little
light.
gesture.
Right, yeah.
Like, oh, like I bought you dinner, and like, yo, he bought me dinner, and like, yo, he's feeling me, and I'm like,
Right.
I do that for
Facts.
everybody
With no strings attached. He just wanted to buy me dinner with no strings
But
attached.
see, but then when I make that comment, I do it for everybody. Oh, so you one of them niggas?
Right.
Like, nah, that's not what I'm.
Right. So you out here, you buying dinner for everybody.
For everybody,
Right.
yeah.
So
Exactly.
it go both ways.
So now every time you see a woman, James bought that for you.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's not what I'm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you damn, you the damn, you
Right.
don't.
Facts.
Man.
That's
If
that's
you can't
it right
win,
there.
you might as well jump out, bro.
Yeah.
Right,
That's
so then-
right there,
so then-
Mark. That's right.
but,
You hit it
you know,
on the head right there.
Right. But then what it did for me growing up, I was like, try to become more cautious of my actions.
Yeah.
But then I wasn't being myself.
Right.
That's what I came out to
Yeah.
find out. Was like I'm not being myself. Like I'm a generous guy. And if I'm not generous, you know, I feel like I'm losing my identity in a sense.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now
yeah.
I'm sitting here trying to modify myself so that this woman doesn't think. You know what I'm saying?
But then you're not being yourself.
Then I'm
Right,
not
yeah.
being myself.
So now
you know, so
you playing a role that, you know what I'm saying, might not necessarily be who you are really.
that's tough.
Yeah, facts, man.
I mean, I got another one for y'all, man.
But let's
Go
do
ahead,
it.
man.
Let's do
Y'all
it.
sure? Okay.
Having a good time with this one, man.
Hey, man. So this one, another young lady, another listener. Shout out to all our
Yeah,
listeners.
man. Hey, man.
Hey.
Hey, y'all make sure y'all give comments and stuff like that. We like to,
Facts.
respond to the people, man.
Hey, you don't have to text us, man. Put
Right.
it in the comment.
We love that, man. Yeah. We got multi social medias that y'all can reach out to
That's
us and
it.
talk to
Yeah,
us.
man.
Right?
sure,
We
for
all
sure.
love,
For
trust
sure,
me.
for
If you do a search for 3 bros and a mic, 3 bros and 1 mic, 3 bros
Right.
and a mic, you'll find us.
You will
Right.
find us, man.
Facts.
We
You'll
out
find
there,
us,
man.
man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So this one comes from a married couple.
Oh wow, this is good.
That's a
one.
different dynamic
yeah,
right there.
there. Right, yeah.
I thought we should save this one for last.
Yeah. Cherry on top right
All
here.
right, so this is the wife. The wife speaking first. She said, "Hey, so after deep thought, I have ghosted someone in my past. At that time, I thought it was necessary because the conversation was weak, and we had very little in common, and I did not want to waste his time, and vice versa. The alternative could have been me being an adult and telling him the truth. Today, I view ghosting as the cowardly way."
It's that word again.
Yeah,
Cowardly.
Hey, yo.
Talk about that earlier.
Yeah.
Last episode.
Yeah.
the
facts.
cowardly way of doing things. It's best just to be upfront and about your feelings. Y'all want to talk about that, or y'all want to hear the husbands?
Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That's a common thing right there. I guess people feel like, ghosting people is just, what is it? Cowardly is just a immature act. It's just something that it's an easy way out.
it's easy out.
Right, man. And
Right.
at the end of the day, I feel like I will feel like this to the day I die, man. It's just like, to me, it's easier just to be like upfront with a particular person, whatever the reaction may be. Hey, I'm not feeling you. This is what it is, and just keep it moving, man. And because at the end of the day, you're not even giving that person an opportunity to even respond. And I think that's tough, right?
It
there,
is,
man.
and it's
That's
putting
tough,
it's
man.
more detriment to the other person by you not giving some sort of an explanation, or
Right.
some sort of something for them to like, some sort of North Star for them to like
Right.
look towards, and it puts them
Right.
more, some sort of
At
closure.
ease. You put me at ease. I'm done
Yeah.
with the situation. I am at
Whether
peace
they
with
like
it or not.
whether they like it or not, whether they accept it or not, at least
Right.
it's something out there. But like to leave it like ambiguous is, I just think it's just it does a disservice to the universe. It does a disservice to like,
Say it.
you know what
Say
I'm
that.
saying,
Say
to
that,
that
man.
individual,
Put it
and
out there, yeah.
you know, so that's
Right,
just
facts.
kind of where I'm at with it. So like, I mean, the fact that we keep hearing the word coward, reoccurring,
Right.
that says a lot, bro.
Right.
That's not a noble word, bro.
Right. At all.
Right?
No.
That's not like for somebody to
Nothing.
call you a
Coward. Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? That's the lowest of lows.
Right. Facts.
But then I feel like I totally agree with both of y'all. But I think this may sound crazy. It may not understand what I'm saying. But I feel like the word coward comes with age. And what I mean is when you're doing this as a young buck, that word coward doesn't come across.
Right.
Mm.
It don't
But
even.
but this is a married couple,
Right.
and it sounds like they've been at it for a few years.
Right.
And when they think back on things as grown ups, then they
Right.
can say, you know what, that was a coward move.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
as a young buck, you're like, oh man, they just playing, man, or whatever. But you don't think about it being cowardly.
Right.
But as you grow up,
Yeah,
and you
and
go
you-
through things.
And
Yeah.
you look back on it, you be like, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That fits.
and kind of what like bounce off what Mike was saying is some people need that closure, not necessarily because it looks good, because they're trying to improve on themselves, right?
Right.
So if you legit have a good reason as for why you leaving, you let the person know, say, hey, honestly, you can work on this. Like you got, you too aggressive when you come at me, or you talk too much. Maybe you should
Right.
listen a little bit more. Like
Right.
people need that feedback
Yeah.
sometimes to say to do better for the next time.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hurt.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, hurt people hurt other people.
Say that.
And so,
Facts.
Say that.
it creates this vicious cycle where somebody that doesn't have that closure, now they're carrying that on to the next person or the next relationship, and then that carries on to the next person and that next relationship. So it's like, if you think about the greater good, not to get philosophical on this shit,
Come
it's
on,
just
man.
more just
Yeah,
like,
right.
like let's kind of
Well,
like
not be deep. Let's
yeah,
go.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
put some brakes on that. So, give people some sort of closure. And that's why I think even back in the day for us, when we used to use the out of, well, it ain't you, it's me type of thing, that kind of is a little better than just completely
Then nothing.
than nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Some people like Zay said before, man. Some people don't want nothing.
Right.
Like you could have
that
kept
was a good point too.
Right.
That was a good
Kept
point.
that,
Right.
right.
That was a
Yeah,
good point too.
right.
So that was a good point too. I think that's fewer than most. But
Right.
like
Yeah,
I
you
think
gonna
that's
make me more upset by saying something.
by saying
Right. Yeah. Facts.
right.
But like he said, know who you dealing with.
Right.
Facts,
Right.
man. So her husband's response.
Mm.
She says, my husband's response is a bit different than mine. She put LOL. She said, he said, ghosting can be beneficial if someone loses interest. Also, you have to consider the time frame. We talked about that before.
Right.
You have been communicating with that person.
Right.
Also, how consistent is the communication?
Mm.
Because if it's only sparingly that we communicate, please believe you will get ghosted.
That's it. Which look, brother brings up a good point. Like
like that, brother.
even though we semi invested, if you want to
Right.
say that,
Yeah.
how much are we talking? We
Right.
talking once a
Fact.
week. We talking a couple times a month.
That's
So
fact.
Right.
it kind of lessens the blow of that
Right, yeah.
ghosting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I
Right.
don't feel that's bad. We ain't talking like
Right.
that. So
Yeah, we
you
talking
ain't gonna
every
miss
day,
me. So
yeah.
you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Like
Yeah.
Mark saying, like you laying breadcrumbs. Like, okay, I can see how this is going. The communication
That's it.
is sparingly.
Right. If
or
I'm
it's-
asking you a question, you give me one word answer.
right, or it's
Let me
next
fall
week.
back.
Yeah, and I text you on Monday, you don't respond till Sunday, and it's a 1 word response.
Right.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I
Next.
see how we moving. Right. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah, that husband right there. I totally agree
Right.
with all
So-
that.
Yeah, for sure.
Time frame is key.
Right.
And then again, how consistently are we communicating?
Right.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
that also shows the level of interest.
Right. Facts.
'Cause like if I don't know if y'all remember back in the day, it was like, yo, when you meet a chick, you don't call like that same day. You wait.
Yeah.
You wait a day. You wait a
Can't see
Oh,
day.
yeah,
thirsty.
yeah, yeah. Gotta wait a day or
Can't
two.
seem thirsty.
You don't want to
Yeah,
see
facts.
thirsty, but then like if you're consistently talking to somebody, I go back
Right.
to what Mike said. I think it warrants some type of response.
Right.
But like this husband here said, man, like but if it's sparingly, like once a week, man, like
Yeah. Then yeah. Of
Come on,
course.
So,
Come on,
so,
man.
so let's do this, fellas. Right? Let's for the viewers, let's make this an objective thing, right? So
Okay.
a lot of what we talked about was very subjective, it was very opinionated, but I think we can actually like break this down to like
Let's
truly identify
Right.
like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
what a ghost thing is. So like let's identify this to like maybe 3, maybe 4 variables that warrants like a a legit ghost. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Time frame, like from his response, from the
Right,
husband's
right, I
response,
agree.
that seems like that's a big one.
Yeah,
Definitely,
Right?
definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's a qualifier for what allows somebody to ghost somebody.
Right.
The safety and security piece
Yeah,
is huge.
definitely.
That probably is first and foremost.
Definitely.
Right. What are some other ones that y'all would
I
take
think
away?
peace and sanity, man,
Yeah.
peace of mind that the gentleman talked about.
Yeah.
That's a big one, but I feel like you would need to like explain yourself for that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because anything could trigger that. So I would think that would still want. I would still want an explanation. You know?
Maybe like another one could be like general safety, right? The young lady was talking about she was
Yeah.
scared.
Sure.
Facts, yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Because
And
like,
then, and then ideologies, man. Like,
mm,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We,
Ooh, right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't. How I want to say this, man. Not to say like religion or anything like that, man. Just to be the low hanging fruit, man. But we talking, and you don't believe in God. We talking, and I believe in God. You say you don't want to go to church with me. I want to have kids. You say you don't want kids. Another red flag. I'm like, I might not. I want to pull the parachute on this one, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's just certain things that you know you can tell.
Gotta
Like the
jump
young
out,
lady
man.
said, yeah, the young lady said, man, she could tell like certain red flags and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think some of that, like Warren, they're like you can already know this is not going to be anything substantive because I can tell by the way of our conversation. This isn't.
but I would still want an explanation though, right? So that's not
I guess-
ghosting.
Okay, so yeah,
so-
I mean, I guess so. I mean, because it could go both ways. Because it to me, you can interpret that like if me and you are talking and we're not agreeing on the majority of things that we talk about,
Right.
I think there's like the other, like the first young lady on the previous episode was
Right.
like, it was like a mutual ghosting. You can get to that point
Right,
where you
right,
know what,
right,
you know
right,
what,
right.
we're not agreeing on
Right,
anything. This is
exactly,
not what. This is
exactly.
not going nowhere. So we're just gonna leave it where it's at.
Sure.
I will say this, man. I know I just threw a hook, a wrench in here too. I just pull up a website that talked about the epidemic of ghosting.
It's an epidemic.
Epidemic of ghosting in
Serious out here in these streets.
in the culture. And it says here a survey from the dating site Plenty of Fish found that 80% of millennials have been ghosted at least once. While I guess it's another dating site called Bumble.
Okay.
Bumble has attempted to curb the problem by implementing prompts to encourage people to end or reply to a conversation and asking new users to vow not to ghost. So now you're telling me what I have to do.
Right, yeah.
How
I
y'all
don't
feel
like
about
either.
that?
I don't like that.
No.
But what do you
Yeah.
do? I mean, if you got somebody, you know, they're trying to work on this whole ghosting culture.
Right.
And they're saying, you know what, if you're not, you know, we live in a world where people text everything.
Right.
So instead of me having to have a conversation with you, this dating site, I believe is Bumble.
Right.
They have a button on there, literally, I guess is what it's saying, that you press that to end conversation.
Right.
Oh.
But energy, that goes back to energy, man. Like a lot of man, you just gotta read the tea leaves, man. You can see if somebody's interested in you or not. You can tell by their response time, their responses.
Like
come
like you
on, man.
said,
Come on, man.
Yeah, you can read it.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah. You don't
definitely
need
read it.
I don't need a site to tell me how I need to do a certain thing, man. You know,
Right.
we are all adults. You should be able to read between the lines. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't
The
agree with
issue
that.
comes-
I don't agree with that.
The issue comes where I don't know if it was the wife or the previous text that you read, Jimmy Mack, when she mentioned that people like for a guy to string a woman along or to build up to this point just to get what they want or to get whatever they wanted out of that encounter or that situation, and for them to completely like ghost it, I think that's where it becomes more problematic than not. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, I don't know.
This ghost.
Yo, this
Man.
thing. I mean, I know we about to we gonna wrap this up. This first part, we gonna wrap this first part up,
Yeah,
man.
we'll
'cause
come
this,
back real soon.
This
Right.
website is going deep into the culture of ghosting. I didn't
Right.
realize it was
Right.
such an epidemic.
We ain't even scratched the surface.
It's a whole movement.
Right, yeah.
We got to talk about it.
Man, look, yeah, man. So y'all hold on, man. Y'all come back with us, man. Get,
Get a
your
drink, man,
drinks.
and
Drink,
come back
I know
and
we
join
We
us,
will.
up, man. We
Yes,
up.
sir. Yes,
All right,
sir.
man. We'll see y'all in a
Three
minute.
bros in the mic, yeah.
You already know.
All All right, y'all. Welcome back to the second part of our episode
Yes,
2 of
sirski.
Ghosting, man.
Oh man.
Man,
We still
love
here,
it, man.
baby.
We still here, man. So
Excellent.
I want to hit y'all with a stat, man.
What you got for us?
Man, this comes from a scientist from the University of Alabama.
Boo.
Yeah, boo, boo.
By the way, what's that site, bro?
This site is wellbeing.com.au.
Alabama University.
Yeah. All right. So this particular scientist, man, said that they want to shed light on the emerging epidemic of ghosting in the culture, man. And this scientist came up This scientist came up with 5 common themes that have surfaced from ghosting. 1 is convenience. 2, lack of attraction. 3, negative interactions. 4, relationship length of time. And 5, a fear of safety. But this scientist does say, however, sometimes it's none of the above. It's option E, someone else. So how y'all feel
Oh
about
my
it?
God. Number 1 is the fact that it's an epidemic. That means it's spread. It's
spreading.
crazy. And the fact that it's case studies on ghosting is just like let you know this is
From a collegiate case.
Right,
study.
yes,
We
man.
ain't independent. We collegiate.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
is
this is
crazy.
one off, but I'm thinking, what is the scientist doing studying?
it's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic.
It's an epidemic,
right?
man.
He's studying how cultures move and,
Right,
and
yeah.
what's affecting it.
Facts, man.
Yeah, it's a science, though.
Right.
Like,
yeah,
like
literally.
You know how they out there in the world and they see what's going on,
Right.
and like, man, this thing, what is this that I'm
Right.
seeing?
Right,
It's going across the nation, this thing they calling ghosting.
Right.
And go ahead, Mark.
But it's
No, no, go ahead,
it's
Mike.
interesting. Some of the things that he had mentioned, we had already talked about, though. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It's funny how
Yeah.
everything we've been talking about, hearing from our listeners, it just kind of folds back and supports that. Like,
Right.
you know, come with that list of 5, we've hit everything already.
Pretty
Just
much
about.
length of
But-
time, safety.
But E, I don't really
safety,
think we hit E
convenience.
though.
E,
No, we didn't hit E.
Right.
E was out there.
You're
E
right.
was- E was left.
Right. I think it's an
Yes.
underlying theme though.
E was
But-
left for sure.
Right.
That was far left for sure.
Right.
Definitely
Facts.
didn't
and
expect
some,
that.
it's
Yeah.
always, and it's not always, but 9 times out of maybe 8 out of 10,
Yeah.
it's somebody else, man.
Right. And that makes it easier to go somebody when
But
you
you know
already
what, though?
got
You got something laying out there, right there, bro.
Right.
You know what though? It just
Yeah.
speaks to like the stealthness of like I don't even know if that's a word, but like the stealth side of of humans, because none of the feedback that we got out of all them text messages, out of all
Right.
them like people in the last episode and this episode,
Right.
nobody mentioned that option E though.
Right.
As
Yeah.
being a possibility.
The nuclear option.
The nuclear
But I think sometimes that goes unsaid, right? It's,
Right.
It's like it's automatic. Like
Right.
I always got that plan B. if
Right,
you acting
yeah.
crazy, you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
facts.
So-
If you ain't what I think you are, I still got old reliable.
Hey.
But even that trill girl from the last,
Right.
episode.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to you, man. Hey, you got all my support, man.
Oh, facts.
But
look.
she ain't even like allude. She was 100. She was
Right.
100.
Facts.
But
She
you
said
know,
she don't even need nobody else.
she don't
Right.
need nobody. Sometimes I
Ghost,
just
you know?
like
Right.
Hey, I've learned over the years, man, dealing with different types of women in my
Yeah.
life.
Right.
They always got one in the bag.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that, they always like when you think that you broke up with them and they gonna be at home, like why did you?
No.
Nah, they always got one in the
They
bag.
still
I
got
thought that
that.
was men. I don't know about women.
Hey.
Nah, man, women got it in the bag.
They keep
man.
that big joke on them, huh?
They always, they pull it out whenever they need it.
Right. You had that tape with a little joker out like take that. And she's mad. Bam.
Got you. You thought you had me, huh?
That's
Yeah,
it.
hey, man,
Bro.
it's real, man. I mean, thank you again, man. I gotta say thank you, man. You guys made this episode.
Man,
We
yes.
appreciate the
What it
feedback,
was,
interactions.
This
For
has been
sure.
a lot of fun.
The
This
comments, man. So please,
Yeah.
if you can think of any other topics,
was- right.
any topics
Let
that
us
y'all,
know.
exactly, what y'all want to hear us talk about and discuss, man. And if you want to come on,
Yeah.
let us know, man. We can make it work.
Hey.
For
We
sure.
can make it work, man. Because we want this to be an open
Right.
forum.
We wanted to flourish.
We want to flourish, man. We out here to help and have fun, but also inform you, man, and grow you, expand your mind.
Right.
All that good stuff, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
keep the
yeah.
love going, man. Comment, like they said, subscribe. And I guess in a nutshell, man, what we saying to the people about ghosting?
Let's do a start off with Zay. What you think about it, bro?
Hey, man. I mean, we pretty much went over everything that, covered the bases on it. But, man, ghosting, I just want people, whatever side of the fence you on, man, just stand on it, man. If you're going to ghost somebody, you stand on it, man. It's like, look, I'm okay with not communicating with this person. Or if you feel like you owe I'm not gonna say you. Oh, we can removing that word. You
That
don't
old
owe anybody
word,
nothing. You don't
That's
owe
a big
anybody
one.
nothing, man. But if you
Right,
feel
right.
like
Heavy word,
you
right.
want to give somebody an explanation about why this situation is not particularly working for you, then do that, man. But it's no right or wrong answer, man. And you know, just do what you feel like makes you, you know what I'm saying, happy. You know, if that's ghosting them or if they're telling them like, look, it's not working. Do what works for you.
I would say, you know, not to get, you know, I guess like Mike say, you know, philosophical, man, but do unto others, you know, as you would have them do unto you, man.
Right.
So if you go, you know, karma is real, man. I truly believe karma is real, man. So if you gonna do it, like Zay say, if you're gonna ghost and ghost all the way, just know somehow, some way, it's gonna affect you again. It's gonna come back around,
Yeah,
man.
facts.
So
Yeah,
I take the notion of like just be real. Just be real about it, man. If you ain't feeling somebody, you know, like Zay said, man, go about it the way you need to go about it. But just don't. We don't support disrespect.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Not
Yeah,
at
of course
all.
not.
Not
Yeah.
at
So-
all. We
so
don't
don't be
condone that
level,
at all.
right.
We
Yeah, don't be
condone that.
disrespectful about it, man. You know,
man.
be respectful in the best way you know how to communicate. I really believe communication is powerful.
Right.
If you communicate in your best way, if it's text, then let it be text. If it's
Right.
an email, let it be email. But you know, let your words speak for you. Don't have somebody else speak for you. You know, I'm gonna leave it at that.
Facts.
Yeah, I'm to go off for, you know, these two guys in front of me, these two bros, man. Like it's, you know, just know your situation, right? As always, know who you're dealing with. You know, if you in any extreme case, if you got a real reason to ghost, you know, and it supports everything that you stand in front of, then by all means handle your business, right? But if you're in a situation where, you know, you're dealing with somebody that's level-headed, right? Somebody that really seems to be into you, really trying to put the work in, and for the reason you're trying to back it out, you know, why not be straight up with them and say, hey, look, you know, even if you want to give them the old one too, you know, it's not you, it's me. Give them something to say, okay, look, well, I can just kind of back off because I know they ain't feeling me no more, you know. So
Right.
that goes a long way. And then if you can follow up with, go a little bit deeper, tell them why, you know, you ain't feeling them. You know, that helps them build to be a better person for the next person to come their way to be a blessing, right? So you
No
never know.
doubt. No doubt.
100%. And I mean, for me, man, 3 things. Number 1, guys out there that are being weirdos, stop that weirdo shit.
No weirdo energy.
Stop
No
that.
weirdo
No,
energy.
no more weirdo energy with these women.
No
man.
weirdo.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like cut that shit
It's
out.
not a
That's
good
weird.
look.
It's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? That's not what's up. Number 2, I'm gonna echo what my bro Zay said off camera, man. Don't be no half ghost. Don't be no Tariq. You know what I'm saying? No half. No Tariq. And for all my Power fans,
shout out
man.
to Power,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
Right, no
Shout out
doubt.
to Power. Don't
I
be
know
no
what we're
half.
talking about.
Yeah, don't be no half ghost.
Be a
You
Tommy.
know, right? You know, be a Tommy Eagle.
Shout out to
Stand
Tommy,
on
man.
Stand on it.
Be a Tommy and stand on it. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
no half ghosting. Like, you know, no one foot in, no one foot out. Thirdly and last and most importantly is just common courtesy and respect, man. I think that's really what it boils down to, right? So like, I mean, do unto others as you would want done unto you. So
Facts.
you know, just have respect, have love, have you know, just be courteous. You know what I'm saying? And however you choose to ghost. Like, I think I actually support the idea of ghosting. Just it's the approach towards it. You know what I'm saying? So just
Facts.
be respectful.
How you do it.
You know, and how you do it. Sometimes it's warranted, and in most cases, as we've learned, it's warranted. Sometimes, like, you don't owe anybody a thing. Sometimes you don't. It's not, you know, a conversation isn't necessary. But in other situations, like, just handle it with respect, common courtesy and respect, and that's all I got on that, man.
Sure.
Hey, man, with that being said, man, we are 3 bros and a mic.
Yes,
Yep.
sir.
Yep.
Subscribe, smash that like button.
Kill it. Kill it.
Follow.
Share what we doing out here,
Right.
man.
Man, give us a comment.
Hey,
Right,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
man.
saying?
Drop
Talk
us some
to us.
comments, man.
Yeah, like,
we
subscribe,
on
man.
Twitter, we on
Shout out.
Instagram, we on
Shout out.
Facebook. We
We
got
everywhere.
multi-resources to
Yeah.
hit us up,
Yeah,
man. Let us
yeah,
know
Hey,
what's
if
going on.
if you want to see a full episode, man, follow us on YouTube.
YouTube for real. Hey, that's where it's at for real, man.
Subscribe, man. We
Right.
want to get
For real,
those
for real.
followers. We want to take this on the road, man.
Right,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? All right, man. We love y'all.
Hey, we love you.